Aibee, I have a question for you. I don't know if it's possible for you to walk participants on a general overview of processes to follow if they want to monetize their intellectual property.
Processes to follow if you want to monetize your intellectual property. I think, at least for music, once you create the music, your right is already established. There is conversation around registering, but I don't think registration is largely to prove ownership. There are other ways that you can prove ownership. I think it's largely just so that they can protect you if there's a case, and they have to figure out who was the first to create the song, because obviously ideas float around, right? So registration is sort of like a nice prima facie way of establishing that you're the owner. And I think, so that's the first thing, is just, okay, who's the owner? And then how do you monetize it? There's so many different ways you can monetize it. Like I said, for music, as an artist, you can monetize it by putting it on DSP platforms to sell. You can monetize it by putting it in movies and other things that kind of like sync audio to moving images. You can monetize it by licensing the song to a brand to use, like, for commercials. So all those are syncs. You can also monetize, for publishing, like I was saying. If you're also the person that wrote the song, there's another right that exists there. So instead of just monetizing the song, you're also monetizing the lyrics. So the fact that you have these lyrics, you can give it to somebody else to use those lyrics, and they create their own master, which is different from your original master. We can also talk about using the lyrics for merchandise, right? That's also another different stream in terms of monetizing that. You can do merch, you can do collaborations with people for that. It doesn't have to be something that you do yourself. People used to also do music notes, right? So there are platforms actually that exist now where people would license, the notes to your music to choirs and things like that if they want to perform it on stage for theater and the like. Those are not very common, but they still exist, right? So like print sheets and things like that. So those are different ways that I think you can monetize. I'm sure there are others. Like I'm losing it now, but I think the most important thing, first of all, is to understand what rights do I have within this piece of content, and what does the law provide me under these rights. You can even also, if you're not singing it, you can sell it to somebody else and say, okay, I'm going to give you my rights to this music for a particular period, which is what we're talking about with licensing. And in exchange for that, you give me money because I think you're in a better position to maximize and get more return on investment on this piece of music, which sometimes, like for example, with Love Wantinti, that's what we did. We licensed it to Warner, and Warner was able to really amplify the song, and they could do it better than us at a global level. So that's also another way. So yeah, I think those are kind of a few ways that you can monetize your rights in music.